Hello, everybody. Oh, there we are. I'm just checking to see we're here. Hey, um, what are we going to talk about in this video today? We are going to talk about numbers, social media statistics. Why are they important? Why are they so important to help you grow your business online? I've got a new data study that came out this year. It's a study that they do every year, and I always talk about it. It's the Infinite Dial 2022 from Edison Research, and I've got slides to show you, so we're going to get right into it. So welcome everybody, glad you're here. Now I'm just going to do a couple of checks to make sure that we're okay, because I had a little problem getting into the stream, but it looks like everything is okay. So if you're here, let me know that you're here, and we're going to get started. Welcome. All right, so this is the Infinite Dial study from Edison Research, and it is also, let me get my numbers because I want to tell you what it is. It's the Infinite Dial 2022 findings released by Edison Research, and it's sponsored by a company called Wondery and Art19, which is an Amazon company. Now, the Infinite Dial is America's longest running survey of digital media consumer behavior in America, tracked annually since 1998, and it shows the latest research in digital audio, social media, mobile, smart speakers, and podcast consumption. Now, Edison Research is they had a live presentation of this data, and it's available on YouTube, and it's PDF. So I will put those links down below if you want to download the study. It's about 70 pages. As I said, it goes over digital audio, social media, mobile usage, smartphone usage, smart speakers, and podcast consumption. Now, it's 70 slides. We're not going to talk about all 70 today. We're just going to focus on the social media slides, and we're going to take a look at some of the podcasting slides. Again, I will put the link below the in the description box. So if you want to go through all 70, you're more than welcome to, but we're not going to do that today. Okay, so let's start off, and I am using a new system, so bear with me. I hope it doesn't move me along. There we go. So this is the Infinite Dial this is a social media section, but I really wanted to show you some details, so let me go back to that. This is a study overview, and it talks about the Dow. This is the longest running survey of digital media consumer behavior in America. The annual report in the series have covered a wide range of digital media topics since 1998. They track mobile behaviors, internet audio, podcasting, social media, smart speakers, and more. Now I wanted to come on. Let me see if I can get my little. There we go. There we go. I got my little circle. This is what I wanted to go. So you know you're not looking at the screen without my face. And like I said, I'm using a new system. I am always testing things out. I'm sorry. You have to bear with me. I will be testing things out all the time. And when you're testing new things, you've got to get acclimated to all the dials and buttons. So there's a lot of dials and buttons. All right, so this is really what I want to show you here. So in January 2022, Edison Research conducted a national telephone survey. So this is how they this is how they got the information. There was no face-to-face because, again, you know, pandemic. We've been in this pandemic for almost 3 years, so there was no face-to-face. So it was telephone or Zoom, and they had a survey, and the sample size is 1,502 people. That's a little odd, but age 12 and older, using random digit dialing techniques to both cell phones and landlines. So they talked to people on both cell phones and landlines. The survey was offered in both English and Spanish, and they weighed this out, which is mean they started from 12 plus, and this is a U.S. survey only, so they went ages 12 and up with this study. All right, let's get into some of the numbers. And I'm going to move myself just for a little bit. And No, I did the wrong thing. See, again, I'm using I'm using something new. So there we go. All right, social media usage, total US population 12 and up. And this is percentage. This is percentages. Let's remember percentages. Percentages. So take a look at 2008. Social media usage, total US population 10% in 2008. Let's move all the way over to the last bar, which is in red for 2022. We are now at 82%. That means that social media usage, as this sample goes and as the United States goes, that we're pretty much almost saturated 100%. It's 82%. Excuse me, 82%. There will be some growth, but as far as from looking at it from 2008 to 2022, we're pretty much saturated. And you can also tell that this usage of social media as the form it is now is pretty much saturated, because we're already talking about web 3.0. So let me back it up a little bit, because social media is web 2.0, and that just means the formation of how we interact online on the internet. Because at the beginning, it was just blogs. Then we moved on. Everybody discovered Twitter and Facebook and social media. And now we're talking about web. The next level, they call it web 3.0, metaverse, which includes AI, artificial intelligence, artificial reality, and virtual reality. So we're moving into another dimension as far as what we do online. And when I say we, I mean consumers, people who buy things. And this is what we're concerned about as business owners, right? People who buy things. That's what we're concerned about. So this is why we use social media. This is why we talk about what's happening online, because the consumer's attention is online social media. So you can see 82% saturation. So you can see that number, and it's pretty much stable. And we've been in a pandemic the last couple of years, so I would expect that to go up. But that's just my personal opinion. So I'm just presenting the numbers. We're looking at the data. We're looking at the numbers because of social media statistics. These are social media statistics you need to know for this year. This study is done every year. I've talked about it for the last maybe 5 years. I'm not sure. I have to go back and look at my archives of videos, but this is an important study because they do the work. This company, Edison Research, has done the work of talking to a sample of people in the United States. They don't need to, when you're talking statistics, you don't have to talk to 100% of the survey. You don't have to talk to 100% of the people. So they didn't need to talk to everybody in the United States. They have a certain way that they set up the sample. And it's depending on, they may have one or two areas in different states or whatever, but they didn't share that information. They didn't share how they set up the survey, but that's how it works. You don't have to talk to everybody. Just they base it on demographics like age, geographical location, income, marital status, how many children you have, did you go to college. All of that stuff is put into deciding who they talk to and what part of the country they talk to. Okay? All right, so we're going to move on to the next slide. Next slide is social media brand awareness. And I'm going to go through these pretty quickly because it's a lot of information. Again, I never like to keep you guys here. And all right, hold on. I'm trying to bring up a window so I'm not finding. Well, anyway, let's talk about this. Social media brand awareness. Again, this is percentages. Total US population. They talk to people in the United States 12 and up. So social media brand awareness. What that means is, are you aware of this brand? Are you aware of Facebook? 95% said yes. Are you aware of Instagram? 91% said yes. TikTok, 88%. Twitter, 87%. Snapchat, 84%. Pinterest 71, and LinkedIn 64. This is brand awareness by saying the brand, and visually they couldn't show them the logo, but if it was face to face like a focus group, you would show them the brand logo or brand imagery or colors. So they just said, are you aware of Facebook? Yes. Are you aware? So this was like a, okay, do you know the name of the brand? So again, saturation is what this slide is about. All right, next line, social media brand usage. Again, we're talking the population in U.S. They spoke to people 12 and up. This is percentages. Do they use? Now, the previous slide was, were they aware? Now, this slide is, do they use? Do they use it? So, Facebook, 63%. Instagram, 46%. TikTok, 36%. Pinterest, 28%. Twitter, 27%. Snapchat, 27%. LinkedIn, 21%. Now, if you've seen both the slides, who's on the bottom? LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is a social media platform, but it's more of job seekers or B2B, which means business to business conversations. So those people are all business minded. They have, they're there to, talk about their business. They're there to interact with other people who are business minded and want to talk about their business, just industry specific information also. So it's social media, but not in the way that Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok and all the others are more focused on entertainment, kind of interest based social media where you can have conversation and messaging and all of that stuff. All right, so you can see that. So here it says Facebook 63, Instagram 46, TikTok 36. Now TikTok TikTok has not been around that long in the form that we have it now. It did start off as Musically a few years ago, and then it was bought, and then all of a sudden it became this app that everybody uses. Again, because of the pandemic, people are confined in a space. We weren't allowed to go out and do anything for a while in 2022. 2021, there was some, lessening of restrictions of going out and doing things. So TikTok really took off because it is an app that's geared toward giving people what they want. So if you watch a video on a particular subject or topic, or you follow a certain person, you're always going to see that person or topic. Plus, TikTok will say, hey, if you like dancing videos, I'm going to show you even more. So this is one of the arguments real quickly about, and I see, in some of the older demographics, they don't like TikTok. Well, if you watch the dance videos, you're giving a signal out that that's what you want. So if you really want travel videos or recipe videos or people talking about a certain topic or this and that, search for those, watch them, like them, close the app, come back into TikTok, and that's what you're going to see. So if you're watching Dancing Teenagers and you're mad about that, don't watch it. Also, TikTok has an option on each video. I believe it says, and let me look real quick while I'm thinking about it. I believe it says not interested. So again, think signals. What signal am I sending to these apps? So if I watch something that I don't agree with, don't watch it. Swipe through really quickly, or you use the three dots. I'm sorry, that's comments. There's a share arrow. If you do that, there's at the bottom, it says not interested with a broken heart. That means you're not interested in that video. So if you're not there to watch dancing videos as a business owner, I'm not. So I click not interested, because I want to give a signal out to TikTok. Please don't show me this again, because I'm not interested. Now, if it's, those travel videos with, the beach scenes or island scenes or, something like that, I'm going to heart that, because that's what I want to see on TikTok. So that's just a real quick tip. Getting tongue-tied today. All right, so let's move on from brand usage and we're going to move on to Facebook usage. And let me move myself so you can see the numbers. Facebook usage, and this is percentages in 2008, 8%. 2022, 63%. And this is up. This is up from 2021. And as you can see, I love to look at bar charts because you can see the progression of up and down, up and down. So let's look at this. So in 2016 and 2017, they had 67% Facebook usage. 2017 was the year before all of the stuff went down with Facebook and they had all their troubles. That was the Cambridge Analytica scheme where, with the elections and the manipulation of ads and data. And then, of course, the privacy issues they're having now as far as with minors and other people. So that's just some of the things. So that was their peak was 2017, and that's why, because that was before all of the trouble started for Facebook. Just a little FYI, just a little background information. Okay, then let's move on to the next slide of social media brand usage, and I'm going to move out for a second so we can look at this social media brand usage. And this graph, this chart is broken out by 2020, 2021, and 2022. So 2022 is the light red, 2021 is the dark blue, 2020 is the light blue. So you can see the differences here. So Facebook was 63% and went to 61%. Now it's back to 63%. Instagram went from 41 to 43 to 46. So let's stop for a second and talk about these two sections on the chart, Facebook and Instagram. So what this means is that Facebook is pretty much steady where it is. Like, people who use Facebook, they use Facebook. You hear a lot of talk about, I'm going to delete my Facebook because of X, Y, Z. They never do it. That's just really talk. So Facebook is pretty much steady. But look at Instagram. Look at the progression. 41, 43, 46%. This is a good track of Instagram is growing. Now, again, I hear these sentiments online about, Instagram is dead. There's no growth on Instagram. People are getting online all the time. New people who have never used Instagram. Just because we are familiar with Instagram, or in my case, I've used Instagram for a long time. So just because it's something old to you, it's something new to other people. And there's another chart that will show that Instagram growth is there as far as new users. So these apps, social media apps especially, all they care about is new users and ads. They want new users. They want you to make content because they want to serve them ads. That's how they make the money. So let's keep that in mind. All right, let's move on to TikTok. This one is very interesting. There we go. I just found my big view. So TikTok went from 11% to 23% to 36%. This is brand usage. This is use. They're using it. So TikTok, 11% in 2022. What happened in 2022? Pandemic. I don't have to say it. What happened in 2021? So it went from 11% to 23%. Inside, you're captive. There's nothing to do. You're bored. There's a new app called TikTok that's so much fun to use and so much fun to make videos, and all the little things that you can do, the editing tools and all that makes it great. You use it. And then 2022, we're coming out of that, staying home, working home, you're inside. Some people still are, but majority are out. But TikTok has grown even more, 36%, 23 to 36%. What does that tell you? Well, it tells me that TikTok is the hottest app, and you can hear that from the news. You don't need to hear that from me, but it is the hottest app, and it's going to get hotter despite being an app that explosive growth during a lockdown, and now that we're not anymore, it's still growing. So I've said this before. I don't know if you watch some of my other videos. I will put a link below in the description to some of these videos I'm talking about. But I've said, you get on TikTok, even though you don't want to dance or you don't understand it, get your business or brand account before someone takes it from you when you want to get on. Also, the great thing about TikTok is there's a draft section where you can play around with the app and make videos and save them in the drafts. Did you know that? Did you know that? Because that gets rid of the excuse. It's a new. I don't know how. I don't know what to do with it. Well, first of all, you watch. Now, I explained that earlier about watching. You watch and you see what the trends are. You go to the Discover tab and you see what hashtags, what topics are trending. You look for your industry and you see what the conversation is going on about. And then you say, hey, they're not talking about X. They're not talking about Y or Z. I should do that. So guess what? You're uncomfortable. You pick up your phone. You go to TikTok. You go in, play around with it, put the little stickers, the things flying, the text, the voice, all that good stuff that's in green screen. All of those things are in there. So you play around with it in the app and you save it as drafts. You don't publish until you're ready. And then once you do that, get the hang of it and say, hey, I know what I want to say. I got my message. I know how I want to present it in TikTok. Then you go in, and then this time when you make the video, you don't put it in drafts, you publish it. Okay, so that's your TikTok. I've been talking about TikTok a lot because it's the biggest app, especially for growth and for business owners. The opportunity is there. Yes, I see the dancing teenagers. Yes, I see the pranks. Yes, I see the this and that. But TikTok is a world where there's space for your business or your brand. Believe me, it's true. So get used to it, because this number, 11%, 23%, 36%, next year 49% or whatever, it's just going to go up, up, and up. So this is one of the social media statistics and trends we need to look at. I know a lot of people older people do not like TikTok, but it's not about you liking. It's about attention. Where's attention on social media right now? That's why we're talking about these statistics, this study, because here's the data. It's right in front of you. It's concrete. You cannot argue with this. It's here in front of you. What you do with it is up to you. So I'm just presenting it and giving you my opinion, and then you make your decision as to, okay, I need to add this to my strategy. I need to add this to my marketing plan. I need to take a closer look. Whatever it is, you make that decision. All right, so let's move it on. Next one is Pinterest. Pinterest is 29% in 2020, 31%, and then 28%. This one is interesting because, again, you have to look at these numbers, this data, through the eyes of, we have been in a pandemic since March 2020. I just came out. I had to sing it. But through those eyes. So Pinterest. The interest was there because lockdown, you're in your house, there's nothing to do, you're done with Netflix, there's only so much streaming you can watch. There's only so many books you can read, watch a book. Only so many books you can read, only so much bread you can make, recipes and this and that. So as humans, we get bored pretty quickly. So TikTok and then Pinterest. Now, the thing about Pinterest is why the number went down to even lower than 2020 is because we are no longer in those lockdown modes that we're in. People are out and about shopping and doing the things that we normally do. So that explains Pinterest. Unfortunately, if you love Pinterest, this number is going to go down a bit because they haven't added anything new to their strategy, to the app. People that are using it are using it. Unless they come up with some kind of new add-on tool or something new to make you use it, I expect this number to go down. Personal opinion. I'm not Houdini. I can't predict. I'm just saying, just based on the numbers. Twitter. Let's look at Twitter. 21%, 23%, 27%. This one is a surprise, but not really. Let's think about what was going on in 2020. A lot of election talk, right? A lot of volatile things going on. And a certain person was there to sow discord and all of that. You know the story. I don't have to explain it to you. So, things changed. And now you see Twitter is on the upswing. Why? Because of what I just said about the political discussions changing. And also, Twitter has added a plethora, a cornucopia, whatever you want to call it, of new tools to get users excited about using it and to attract new users. What did I say earlier? A social media app needs new users to make content because they have ads to sell, which is how they make profits and make money. Let's move on to Snapchat. And I don't have an explanation for this because truly I haven't been using Snapchat in a while, but I know that hardcore users of Snapchat love it. So I don't know what's going on here. I want to do some investigation. But 31%, 28%, 27%, they're on the downturn. Snapchat is on the downturn. Again, Snapchat had to come up with something new to add to the arsenal. Another tool, something to get users excited about it. Otherwise, they'll be stagnant, and an app doesn't want to be that. So I expect Snapchat is going to add some, they're going to go into the factory and bring out some new things. So get ready for that in 2023. LinkedIn, it's not my favorite app, but see, that's a personal opinion. But again, LinkedIn it's not social media as in widespread like Instagram. It's social media that's business minded. Business owners, employees of corporations, and they all go there to share business news. That's not a small, it's not a small subset, but it is specific, I guess I'll say. Versus like Facebook is broad, like every topic, everything, everybody's there. LinkedIn, employees and business owners and people wanting to get jobs, and they all talk about their industry. They talk about news in the industry. They share information about what's going on with their business, the corporation, and everything like that. So, LinkedIn, we'll see. All right, let's move on. I have a few more. Bear with me. Now, social media brand usage. This is broken out by age. So this age is 12 to 34. So look at Facebook, look at Instagram, look at TikTok first of all. And look at the numbers. And look at the bars. Instagram and Facebook and Instagram are the total opposite of each other. This shows growth, brand usage with ages 12 to 34. So Facebook, this age group, they're not using it. But why? They were using it in 2020. Again, remember what was going on. Political informations, the conversations, newsy, stuff like that. We came into a new administration. Things changed. And of course, the privacy issue. Facebook has always had a privacy issue. They won't fix it. I don't know why. Discussion for another day. So Instagram is the total opposite of that. Instagram sees growth. All of these charts are showing me Instagram is growing small increments. TikTok growth is phenomenal, explosive, phenomenal, extraordinary. I'm trying to come up with adjectives. TikTok's growth is a rocket to the moon. And these charts show you that. I don't have to tell you. You can see visually here. So TikTok, 25%, 44%, 61% usage in this age group. Now, why is this important? Because if your audience is in this age group, you need to know, well, where do I need to post content? Where can I post content to get attention and to get them to see my business or my brand? Instagram, TikTok. Instagram and TikTok. All right, so Pinterest, again, Pinterest has the pandemic issue because of lockdown, not in lockdown. Twitter, I explained that before, that Twitter was, a place of where you didn't want to visit because there was so much negativity and political discord. And Twitter has recognized their problem, and they've made changes. So that's why their numbers on the upswing. Snapchat, again, I gotta investigate this because this is Snapchat's group. 12 to 34 is Snapchat's. That's their people. So I don't understand why the usage is trending down. This is definitely something I want to check out. On LinkedIn, I explained that. So let's move on. Let's move on to the next age group of 35 to 54. Ooh, what a difference. What a difference. Ages 35 to 54, what do they love the most? What do they use the most? Facebook. This is why, as a business owner, you cannot turn your back on Facebook, because it does have its problem. I'm not gonna say may. Facebook does have its problems, but people are there. So you, as a business owner, you have to be there. Why? Because people are there. You got to find your people amongst all of these people that are using Facebook. Instagram, it's been steadily the same thing. Growth, growth, growth. Not phenomenal, explosive growth like TikTok. You can see TikTok was 5% with this age group, 35 to 54. 5% in 2022. Single digits. Now they are double digits, 34%. 34%. And I'm not going to keep talking about TikTok. I've said it over and over. You know what you need to do. Pinterest, the same deal. It's the steadily going down with this group. Twitter, the opposite, going up. Snapchat is back and forth. LinkedIn. So here's the deal. Facebook and Instagram are the mirror image of each other, the opposite. TikTok is explosive growth. Pinterest is downturn. Twitter is not explosive growth, but growth, which is a good thing. Snapchat and LinkedIn are pretty much in the same boat where they've gone up, down, up, down. There's something going on there, and I'm going to investigate that. Okay, so I got a few more. Just bear with me. This is age 55 and older. I'm just going to let you sit there and look at that for a second. Brand usage 55 and older. Facebook's a juggernaut with this group, so you cannot discount Facebook. Even though you don't like it, I don't like it, but I use it. Instagram, there's a little bit of growth with this group. Look at that TikTok. Wow. I'm going to stop talking about TikTok. I've been talking about it for a long time. TikTok, 2%. 2022, now it is 13%. 13. So, you know what drives the usage here is, their grandchildren are using it. And I've seen a lot of TikTok videos, especially in the early days, especially one, I can't remember the name of the account, but it was a young man who put his grandma in all the videos. And this was 2020, 2019, I believe. So, this is what's going on with TikTok. I can't say it anymore. Pinterest, this doesn't surprise me because this is an older age group. They're not going out to shop as much as before. So, they're using Pinterest to, fantasy shop or pin or what have you. Twitter and Snapchat, that no explanation. Well, there is the explanation. Snapchat needs to do a couple of things. And LinkedIn. All right. So I have a few more, bear with me. So I want to show you this one. Social media brands used most often. This is a different visualization. But look. 12%, 54 total. This is total at the top, like everybody, and then it's broken out by the 3 age groups that we talked about. So Facebook, 54% can't be counted out. Instagram, 14%. The next one, I want to say LinkedIn. LinkedIn is not even on here. It's on the other. TikTok, 10%. Snapchat 7, Twitter 5, Pinterest 4, other. That's LinkedIn and whoever else. Now look at the age breakout. The 12 and 13 group for Facebook is 34%, but the 55 and up group for Facebook is 77%. So look at this visually, and you should know where your business or your brand falls into with this demographic. Is it 12 to 34, 35 to 54, or 55 and up? Pick your lane and look at what's happening. Where do I need to focus my time as a business owner? Wow, here's the information right here. So take it and use it as you will. All right, so this one I really want to squeeze in. Yeah, we got a few more minutes. This is audio-based social media service awareness. This is awareness. That would be Twitter Spaces, Clubhouse, and Spotify Green Room. Spotify put out Green Room, was it last year, as like an answer to Clubhouse, because this social media audio was a big deal in 2020. And Facebook was supposed to put out their live audio rooms. They've dropped the ball. I don't think they care about it so much as they care about metaverse, and that says a lot about social audio. Again, think lockdown, pandemic. People's online behavior on social media was different back then. Now it's pretty much okay. This is awareness, and I have a usage one coming up. So awareness. So people were aware. Twitter Spaces, 12% were aware. Clubhouse, 10% were aware. Green Room, 9%. Okay, let's move on to usage. Now look at that. Usage. Now, knowing that all the talk of Clubhouse in the last 2 years, you would think Clubhouse would be on the top, but no, it's Twitter Spaces. Again, it has to do with the growth in use of Twitter as an app, new users, the users that were there are already invested in it. Twitter put new tools in the playpen for them to play with, so that's why they're on top. Clubhouse, what can I say? Clubhouse is a great tool. It's just that people have abandoned it, but the people that are there appreciate the tool and use it. So it's in use. I don't know as far as growth what's going to happen. That's up in the air. We shall see. Green Room, again, I haven't heard much talk about it. And remember, Green Room is more sports oriented. I know when they did a change, Spotify did a change because this app was called something else sports related. I don't remember the name, sorry. But when they switched over to trying to compete with Clubhouse and everybody went over there to make accounts, there was some rooms, some audio rooms about different topics, but now if you go over there, I believe it's all like sports oriented, so we'll see where that goes. And I have, let's see, is that the last one? No, I have one or two on podcasting. Let me bring it up. I want to show you this. So, okay, so we're done with the social media statistics. I'm throwing in a little extra here. So this is podcast listening. And let me move myself so you can see the number. Podcast listening, percentages ever listened to a podcast. In 2006, it was 11%. Today, it is 62%, and look at the progression of the bars. This is really what I want to point out to you as far as growth, as far as should I get into podcasting? Let this chart guide you. Let this chart guide you. That's all I can say. Look at the number growth, 11% to 62%. And look at that chart progression. That is a steady growth line. So it's something you might want to think about doing. All right, so let's look at this. If you're thinking about it, well, and this is a device used to listen to podcasts, and these are weekly podcast listeners. You can see where people use listening to podcasts most often on their phone versus the desktop. So you can see the desktop, laptop use for podcasts is going down, and then smartphone is going up. That's natural because we're always, most of us always have our phone with us. So let this guide you. One more Monthly podcast listening. Now look at this. Monthly podcast listening. Again, a steady growth up until what? 2022, when lockdown is over and people are out doing things that they did before. So, again, podcast listen. This is monthly podcast listening. And the previous chart, I want to show you the difference. The device used, the smartphone, because they're out and about. And this last one, podcast listening, the total growth from 2006 until now. It's a steady progression. So, if you're thinking about about starting podcasting, or a podcast for your business or your industry, and you can find a way to make it unique and get the attention, then you should. All right, so that's it. Let me come back on camera. So that's it. I hope you found this information interesting as I do. I am a numbers person. I'm a data nerd. I study statistics in school, and it always fascinated me to see, visually. It helps you make a decision. That's what this is all about. The argument about a business being online, social media, using the app, that's dead. You should definitely be there. You should have already been there. But these numbers for this year shows you, where do you need to be online? What do I need to focus on? What app is got explosive growth? What app is stagnant? What app maybe I don't have to pay attention to? That's the purpose of studies like this one, the Infinite Down from Edison Research, and others. There are others. This is not the only survey on social media, podcasting, audio, things like that. There are other companies that do it also. Pew Research is one. Statistica is another. I will look at those again, but this one, to me, I always gravitate toward, because I look at the numbers and I go, wow. So some of those charts I just put up and I said, wow, I'm gonna let this speak for itself, and the numbers speak for themselves. Okay, so here, the study is here. I will put the link below if you want to down. It's free. There's no charge. It's a PDF. There's 70 slides. There's more information in there about smartphone usage, about in-car audio, and different things like that. If you're interested, I just wanted to show you social media statistics and a little bit of podcasting, just a little bit, just a tad, just a taste. Okay. All right. So I'm, respectful of your time. Thank you for watching. I appreciate everybody that's here watching it live, and the video is here. So if you need to come back and rewatch it and pause and take a look at it, write some notes, make some strategy decisions on your marketing plan, because this, the information I'm giving you here is to help you to build the right strategy, the right marketing strategy, grow your business online. So the numbers, analytics, important part of that piece to help you make the decision that's right for your business. Okay, so I will see you in the next video.